evil spirits still unsatisfied by the year's sacrifices. The Emabo Festival is to commemorate an event in Benin history which dates back to 1504 AD. The Oba of Benin added a colorful mood to the year's celebration as he walks round the city center amidst cheers.
Good morning and welcome to the AM News on Independent Television. I am Chukufumnanya Digwe. Now, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission says it applied minimal force to disperse protesters who accompanied former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai to the headquarters in Abuja in order to prevent a breakdown of law and order. The Commission's spokesman, Oyewole Oladile, stated this while responding to the unrest that followed El-Rufai's invitation by the anti-graft agency on Monday. Joseph Kadiri reports that the Airport Road, Idu district of Abuja, witnessed a traffic gridlock that lasted for about 3 hours.
A large crowd gathered in solidarity with the former governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, following his invitation by the EFCC. The supporters, carrying placards with various inscriptions, occupied the commission's premises and spilled onto the airport road, obstructing vehicular movement. Amid the tension, EFCC operative dispersed the crowd, firing tear gas canisters to restore order. Explaining the action, EFCC spokesman Oyewole Oladile says the decision was taken to prevent a breakdown of law and order.
There is no what's degeneration? It came in a long convoy of supporters or whoever, and don't forget that this is a law enforcement environment. And it's a suspect that was invited. So whatever gridlock that we experienced, I think was caused by a supporter that came that we have to send them back. We sent them back because we didn't send any invitation to anyone outside the El-Rufai. So all of them that came, this environment will not tolerate that kind of stuff. So we have to send them back.
Yeah, but there are innocent ones who suffered for that action.
Among his supporters?
Among those that are going about doing their business.
Yes, those that are going
to hospital.
Those that are going about doing their business should know that this is a law enforcement environment. Whenever you have such a situation, we have to ensure that sanity and order are restored, even in the interest of people that are going on their normal businesses. That's what we did, to ensure that we maintain law and order, and to ensure that all our processes and procedures are not tampered with. So that's all that we did.
El-Rufai was invited by the Commission to respond to allegations of misappropriation of public funds. From Abuja, Joseph Kadri, ITV News.
Moving on, the Senate has urged the management of the North Central Development Commission to prioritize investment in agriculture and security in the implementation of its 140 billion naira 2026 budget. Chairman of the Senate Committee on NCDC, Senator Titus Zam, stated this when the management of the commission appeared before the committee to defend its 2026 budget estimates at the National Assembly. National Assembly correspondent Charity Tanko has the details.
The committee, shortly after the commencement of the exercise, went into a closed-door session to deliberate on the proposals. Addressing journalists after the session, Senator Zam disclosed that the panel considered all the budgetary items and found them relevant to the development needs of the North Central region.
This is a development commission with a specific mandate to develop the North Central region. And development cannot just be in a vacuum. It has to fill certain sectors of the economy. Example, health, education, agriculture, rural roads, and other public infrastructure, and also other social services that are needed by the people of North Central region. For this commission, you know that North Central is mostly agricultural, and so agriculture must take a pride of place, and it has been so embedded in their budget.
Meanwhile, a mild drama unfolded shortly after the budget defense session as the senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpotu-Uduaghan, reportedly protested the scheduling of the meeting in her absence. The session, which was slated for 10 a.m., ended shortly after 11 a.m., while the senator was said to have arrived around noon, expressing displeasure that the exercise had concluded before her arrival.
I will not watch any of you. I will not watch any senator here undermine my people. I will not have that. I will not have that. No senator here is worth more than my people.
From Abuja, Charity Tanko, ITV News.
In another report, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has highly appraised the administration of Governor Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri as purely progressive based on speedy and aggressive human and infrastructural development. The president made the commendation on Monday while on an official visit to the state for the commissioning of several completed development projects, which he claimed are aimed at improving the standard of living of the people. The president arrived in Yola, the state capital, where he was received by the governor, Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri, top government functionaries, traditional rulers, and members of the public who gathered to welcome him. The visit forms part of the federal government's broader commitment to strengthening infrastructural development across the country and promoting economic growth at the sub-national level. Now, during the ceremony, President Tinubu commissioned a number of projects, including newly constructed road networks, public buildings, and other key social amenities designed to enhance transportation, service delivery, and overall socio-economic development within the state. The president urged the leadership of the state to sustain efforts that directly impact the lives of the people and reaffirmed his administration's resolve to provide good governance and ensure sustainable national development.
You are a man who lives better than you met it. Thank you very much for living it in much better shape You inspire people, work hard, develop state and our country. As you invest in education as the greatest weapon against poverty, I must salute you.
Governor Amadou Umaru Fintiri said the visit reflects national recognition of the state government's commitment to improving the living standards of citizens through strategic investments across critical sectors. He emphasized that the projects were designed to have long-term impact, stimulate economic growth, enhance service delivery, and strengthen public institutions across the state. Moving on, the deployment of troops and military equipment by the United States to fight against terrorism and insurgency in Nigeria was a crux of discussion during the breakfast show this morning on ITV. The report by Ehis Uhunameri is presented by Usemujame Osaige.
Guest from the Benin Network Center, Head of Mass Communication Department, University of Benin, Dr. Dan Ikirafo, commenting on the United States military troops in Nigeria, said the collaboration can strengthen Nigeria's counter-terrorism operations through improved intelligence, logistics, and advanced technology. Dr. Ikirafo said international cooperation is vital in tackling evolving security threats.
The partnership between Nigeria government and United States government is such that equipment are needed. Although we are not privy to the nature of the agreement, like the Defense Headquarters has said, that the agreement is on technical cooperation. It's not that the U.S. forces are coming to fight directly. If we take that to be true, and the right equipment are deployed, the government attempt at tackling terrorism, we may gain the victory sooner than later.
Guest from Lagos Network Center, a political analyst, Dakbo Adaramewa, said Nigeria must maintain control of its security strategy and prioritize local capacity building. He also said transparency, rules of engagement, and the need for clear communication are key points for the Nigerian military to achieve their goals.
The terrorists are a bit more consistent than this government because they are doing their own job. They're consistently achieving their goals. Who is failing? It's this government that's failing.
Guest from Abuja Network Center, a former Inter-Party Advisory Council chairman, Peter Ame, while commenting on the Abuja Area Council election, advised political parties contesting against the ruling party to have agents and members in every polling unit.
It is clear that the election should be transparent. Already we've seen a very robust campaign. We've seen for the first time that the APC have been put on their toes.
The guest urged the government to always work with the people to achieve a better Nigeria. Osemujame Osage, RTV News.
Some tax experts in Benin City have advised Nigerians not to be apprehensive of perceived negative effects of the new tax reforms, as it is designed to improve their well-being. This is against a backdrop of public concerns that the new tax reforms will increase cost of living coupled with the multiplier effects. Junao Morua completes the report.
Nigeria's new tax reforms aimed for implementation in 2026 is eliciting mixed reactions, with some citizens feeling strained despite promises of relief. While the reforms, according to the federal government, aim to exempt 98% of workers from personal income tax and reduce corporate tax from 30% to 25%, it introduced a 2% to 4% development levy and potential VAT increases on certain goods. According to the federal government, some key aspects of the new tax reform explains that workers earning up to 800,000 naira annually will be exempted from personal income tax, and over 90% of small businesses will not pay profit tax. Although basic necessities like food, health, and education are expected to be exempted. Despite these benefits, some Nigerians have argued that despite the exemptions, the rising cost of living acts as a disorderly tax with potential VAT increase on certain goods, imposing untold hardship on the people. Some tax experts, Courage Eboigbe, Head Corporate Communications, Edo State Internal Revenue Service, and Professor Peters Ibadin of the Accounts Department, University of Benin, said Nigerians have nothing to be afraid of.
When those companies are exempted from paying VAT, it now turns positively on the economy, and the price of goods produced by those companies will not be affected. It is not correct to say that the price of goods will be affected as a result of the new tax law.
But I think the target is to really address those who earn so much, but they pay less. And I think that is what the new tax regime, tries to correct. Beyond the fact that these taxes, so many taxes have been consolidated to ensure that the double taxation, multiple taxation, which people hitherto, experienced or suffered, are eliminated.
Some Nigerians also raise concerns on the administration and low public awareness of the tax reforms. From Benin, Jonah Omowa, ITV News.
Now, the member representing Ovia Federal Constituency, Right Honorable Omosede Igbinijon, has congratulated the governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Ukpebulu, on his recognition as Telegraph newspaper's Governor of the Year 2025 in education. In a statement issued on behalf of the people of Ovia Federal Constituency, the national parliamentarian described the honor as a well-deserved recognition of a leadership style that places education at the forefront of governance in Edo State. She noted that the employment of 5,000 teachers and the renovation of 63 schools across the state in just 1 year in office demonstrates a deliberate commitment to strengthening the foundation of basic education. According to her, these initiatives represent practical investments aimed at securing a brighter future for Edo children and positioning the state as a model for educational reform. Right Honorable Igbinijon further commended the administration for increasing subvention to Ambrose Lee University and Edo State University Iyamu, describing the move as a strategic step toward improving higher education standards and expanding opportunities for young people. She affirmed that the award reflects purposeful leadership backed by visible results, adding that Edo State continues to record significant progress under Governor Ukpebulu's administration. Lagos State Governor Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu has advised students across secondary schools in the state to make the best use of the internet, especially social media platforms. The governor, during a visit to some schools, says wrong use of social media by young people can destroy their future and affect the society negatively.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, represents Adbada State Commissioner for Youth and Social Development, Mobolaji Ogunlende, during a visit to some secondary schools in Ikorodu, said the state's government is putting all necessary machineries in place to ensure that students from Lagos State are taught on how not to be involved in social vices, especially on the social medias.
It's very important, it's very critical, and it's very germane to your development. Social media, we're in the media era, and we do know that social media plays a critical role in everything that we do. So I will beg you, I will ask you, I will implore you that please listen to everything that is being said today. You should not come here and leave here the same.
While advising the students to make the best use of the internet for their researches, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Youth and Social Development, pharmacist Toyin Oke Osaitolu, said many young people have been misled on social media platforms.
You already use the internet to learn, to connect with others and to express yourself. This is a positive and necessary part of modern life. However, it is important to be honest. The online space also presents real risk across Lagos State. Cases of cyberbullying, online scams, sextortion, identity theft, exposure to harmful content, and emotional stress. Smart economy cannot thrive if young people are unsafe online. Social inclusion cannot be fully realized if children and young people are bullied, exploited, or silent in digital spaces.
The Lagos State government said it is doing everything possible to direct the minds of young people in doing things that are positive. From Lagos, Messalina Unkwo, ITV News.
Now, Rotary International District's 9112 Annual Rotary Sports Festival, Rosfest 2026, has climaxed with a grand award night and raffle draw held at the Government Reservation Area, Lagos State. Agboje Courier reports that the event, which united Rotarians from different districts and clubs across the country, had in attendance the outgoing International President Francesco Arezzo and the incoming President of Rotary, Yinka Babalola, amongst other dignitaries, including former African Bot Bowler of the Year, Victor Ikpeba.
The week-long festival will strengthen inter-club collaboration and highlighted the district commitments to promoting youth engagement, wellness, and community development. According to the outgoing international president of Rotary, Francesco Arezzo, it is part of the organization's ways of assisting humanity. In his remarks, the incoming president of Rotary, Yinka Babalola, says Rotary, through sports, is not only uniting Rotarians but Nigerians.
Sport is the best way to create a team, and the team is so important to do good projects in the community.
Provide Rotarians an opportunity to make sure that they have a balanced mental health.
District Governor, Rotary International, District 9112, Rotarian Lanre Adedoyin, explains that the sports festival has not only come to stay, but should be domesticated across all Rotary districts. Chairman Rosefest 2026, Rotarian Alonze Nsirimobi, said the festival keeps expanding and has become part of Rotary, while commending Rotary for the feat. Football legend and former African Footballer of the Year, Victor Ikpeba, said the week-long sporting activities was impactful.
Sports globally is a unifying factor for all nationalities, regardless of their differences.
Clubs competed amongst themselves for fun and for the medals.
They are always there to solve problems, to help. And I think that is why we should appreciate the Rotary.
The sports festival commenced with cycling from Shagam Interchange to Rotary House Ikeja. It featured games like chess, Scrabble, snooker, volleyball, football, and golf, amongst others. Trophies were presented to winners and various clubs, while some attendees went home with landed properties and flight tickets. From Lagos, Agboje Korea, ITV News.
Chairman of Pacesetters Group of Schools, Barrister Kenneth Imaswagbon, has emphasized the importance of sports as a vital tool for the holistic development of a child. He made this known at the 2026 Inter-House Sports Competition of Pacesetters Group of Schools in Abuja, where he was represented by Barrister Al-Adus Abubakar. Tolulokbe Ogutimei reports.
Johannesburg and Hillary Clinton have emerged champions at the 2026 Pacesetters Schools Annual Inter-House Sport. Speaking at the event, the chairman of National Sports Commission, represented by his chief of staff, Saliu Abubakar, highlighted the importance of school sports as a foundation of national sports development. Barrister Al-Adus Abubakar, representing Pacesetters chairman, Barrister Kenneth Imaswagbon, emphasized sports as a key driver of children's holistic development.
It's about school sports, and our vision is that this is the foundation of sports going forward, because school sports ensures that everybody participates in sports, everybody from the beginning.
This is what schools used to be. When I was young, this inter-house school is Catch Them Young. Most great sportmen in Nigeria were gotten from the secondary school. Most great sportmen and women. I also urge the Sport Commission, National Sport Commission, persist that schools should always be having annual inter-house sport.
The super principal of Pacesetters Schools, Mrs. Charity Nalegu, alongside other parents, commended the students for their enthusiasm and praised the smooth organization of the event.
This year, you can see it's quite colorful. It's full of fun. We have our parents for the first time dressed in their sports suits, and they are participating actively in all the activities. Falls on a Valentine's Day, so it's a celebration of love, and team spirit.
Sports has always been important. We've had scholarships based on sports skills, and I think that this is a good environment for children to foster their strengths and to grow. And Pacesetters is just doing a wonderful job of doing that.
I'm very delighted and very glad, and the turnout is massive. I least expect to see this number, but it's a very good school and very good environment.
Some of the pupils who took part in the event shared their excitement and experiences from the inter-house sports competition. Pacesetter Schools has consistently set the standard in holistic child development, ensuring that academic excellence goes hand in hand with physical and mental growth. From Abuja, Tululapo Oguntimei, ITV News.
The Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria, RTN, has reaffirmed its official support for President Bola Tinubu endorsing his second-term ambition. The national president of the association, Dr. Musa Mohammed, made the pledge in a press conference in Abuja, where the body also endorsed the administration's transport sector reforms and structured governance initiatives. Egosa Agbonlao has the details.
In Abuja, the national president of the Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria, Dr. Musa Mohammed Metakobe, read a communique on behalf of the association. He stated that after wide consultations across its units, chapels, zones, state and national structures, the association officially endorsed the ongoing reforms of President Bola Tinubu's administration and pledged support for his second-term ambition.
The name Bola Ahmed Tinubu stands tall in our national journey. As institution, reaffirm its support for policies and programs that promote transport sector development.
Dr. Musa Mohammed Metakobe said the national body reviewed the ongoing economic and infrastructure reforms of the federal government, particularly policies impacting the transportation sector, mobility systems, modernization of motor parks, road construction, and broader economic restructuring.
From the units, chapters, states, and zones, she will start working toward this goal for the re-election of Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the second time.
Dr. Musa Mohammed Metakobe, who commended the CNG initiative of the federal government, said the Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria will work with stakeholders to align with the ongoing reforms of President Bola Tinubu's administration. He also appealed to the federal government to establish a specialized bank for transportation to provide financial support for operators across the sector. The Deputy National President, Planning and Logistics, Comrade Richard Amienoho, alongside other key officers of RTN, attended the event in Abuja. Egosa Agbonlao, ITV News.
Now here's where we draw the curtain on the AM News on Independent Television. Up next is TMI. I am Chukwufumnanya Digwe. Good morning.
ITV, certainly the best.